It is not okay if you decide to choose comfort over growth. I am the sacrifice. It is not okay if you get up every day and choose to watch porn. You're a loser, my guy. Hey YouTube, I'm Tevin, but you guys can call me T. Let me get straight to the point. You'll never be enough for that girl. You'll never be enough for your friends. You'll never be enough for your family. You'll never be enough for your team. And you'll never be enough for your purpose. And that's okay, because you need to become the person who is enough for all of those things. What is not okay is choosing to remain the same. Because really and truly, if you choose comfort, if you choose to remain the same, you're giving up on everything. You're giving up on yourself. You're giving up on your family, your friends, the girl, the person who you need to become. You're giving up on God. And that's not okay. You need to become the person who can get everything that God ordained you to be. You see where I'm standing right now? This is my vision wall. You guys seen it in a few videos, but this is my vision wall. My sticky notes of the person who I'm supposed to become. And the person who I'm supposed to become is the person who is enough for everything. That is the person who God ordained me to be. It is not okay if you decide to choose comfort over growth. It is not okay if you decide to choose all your bad habits over the good things that will progress you into becoming the version of yourself that's enough for everything that God ordained you to be. Yo, like genuinely, if you choose to remain comfortable instead of taking a risk into becoming the person that you're supposed to be, you're a loser, my guy. Like, imagine being the person who your family can rely on, being the leader, being the head of the table, like leading your family. We're all supposed to be a leader, and if you choose to be fat, overweight, slop, like if you choose to be that person and not try to go after your dream, even get fit, let me show you something. Kids look up to you, bro. Like, I wasn't the best brother to my younger siblings, but they look up to me. That's why I started to change how I act around them. Even when I'm angry, even when I'm pissed off, I still smile around them. I still treat them goodly. I know I needed to become the person who they can look up to. Even when I'm depressed or anything like that, I still smile. I still behave with them good. I still play with them. Because I know I needed to become the version of myself that they can look up to. The version of myself that my younger brother can strive to become. The version of myself, like my younger sister, when they get older, can say, oh, my brother used to go to the gym every day. I want someone who has that discipline. They look up to you, bro. So if you're a father and you're not focusing on your goals, you're not focusing on purpose, your kids see that and they decide to take from you and become the same slob as you. You can't do that, my guy. If you're a female and every day you do is bring a new guy home, your daughter is going to see that and she's going to internalize that and start doing the same thing, or she's going to resent you for that. You need to actually become the person who the younger generation can look up to, because really and truly, that's what we were put here for. We were put here to evolve, and the younger generation that's there look up to us so they can grow into a greater version of us, or they can surpass us actually. And we're also put here to praise God. Yo, none of us was put here to just live comfortable. We should all strive for a purpose. We should all strive for a goal. We should all strive to become the person who God ordained us to be. It is not okay if you decide to stay comfortable. Like, yo, I tell you guys so much of who the person I was before. And if God didn't put me through the struggles, put me through the furnace, I would not see that the life I was living was not okay. I would not want to change. I would not choose to focus on growth and purpose, because the person who I was before was not a person who could lead a family. That person was insecure. That person was scared. That person was naive. And the person who I am now and the person who I am developing is the person who God ordained me to be, the person who can lead the pack, the person who is supposed to become the head of the table. I am the sacrifice. And I'm not talking no blood sacrifice or anything like that. I'm talking more spiritually. I have to be the first one in my generation to break, matter of fact, the first one of my family to break all the generational curses. And if God didn't put me through all the struggles, I would not have become that person. I would not have been on the path to become that person. I would still think that it's okay to be who I was. I would still think that I was good enough, living comfortable, and that was not okay, and it's still not okay. If you get up every day choosing to play games over reading a book, bro, that is not okay. I used to be that person. I used to get up every day, bam, game, 24/7, bro. I get a day off, I'm gaming. Nowadays, I get a day off and I finish my schedule. I'm like, yo, what's there left to be done? And I'm doing my hobbies. I like to draw. I go back to drawing. I'm like, yo, it feels like I'm wasting time because I'm not progressing on the path I chose for myself. I'm not progressing to become the person who I am supposed to be, the person who write down all of these goals. It is not okay if you choose to remain stagnant, bro. It is not okay if you get up every day and choose to watch porn. Yo, it is not okay if you get up every day and choose to play a game. It is not okay if you get up every day and choose to wake and bake. It is not okay if you get up every day to drink, smoke, and do drugs. It is not okay if you have children and you do those stuff around them because they grow up and see you doing that and they internalize that and they look up to you and they'll do the same thing as you. Yo, bro, I'm not a fan of giving children phones. I grew up without a phone. I grew up using my imagination. Children need to use their imagination. It is not okay to just stick a phone in their face because you don't want to deal with them and let them go off and play with the phone. Children are very smart. Once they're on the internet, they can find anything. The internet's a dangerous place. Bro, like, I started watching porn in primary school, bro, as a young kid. So imagine these children that grew up with the internet. Imagine what they can find. The dangers that comes with it. It is not okay to just stick a phone in a children's face. It is not okay to speak badly to your child because a lot of people did it. It's not okay to swear around your children. My mother doesn't swear. She'll say bitch and shit and stuff like that, and she consider it not to swear, but yo, my mother doesn't swear around us. And I have that respect that, yo, I don't swear around older people, or I don't like doing it. Like, yeah, I do it around my friends who are older than me, but certain family members that I respect, certain people that I respect, I don't swear around them because I grew up with that not being okay. And I'm choosing to pass that on if I do decide to have a family in the future. I don't like the fact that, yo, a young 6-year-old can come up to me and say, fuck. Like, yo, you're more dirty, brother, me slap you in your face. Sorry, that's not okay. And truly, really and truly, it's not okay. I grew up with me rolling with my cousin, my friends, and some younger nigga coming up to me swearing like, yo, you're the youngest here and you're most the dirtiest here. Like, yo, chill, bro. When they get older and they have kids, they're passing that on to their kids. Bro, that's not okay. It's never okay to let your child swear. Like, I used to work with this guy who, his kid's like 5, autistic kid too. And this man will make his son swear. This man will hear his son swear and like, okay. I'm like, bro, that's disrespectful. But at the same time too, he didn't like his kid. But I'm not getting into that. It is never okay to choose to remain stagnant. It is never okay to stay in a place where you're not respected. It is never okay to be in a relationship that you're disrespected constantly because you want to feel loved, because you want to feel cared for. I did this in the past, and I'm not gonna say I regret it because going through all of that helped me to become the person who I am today, the person who doesn't sit for anything or doesn't sit for certain things. I decided that, yo, It is not okay for me to be with someone who don't value me, who don't appreciate me. It is never okay to be with someone who does not appreciate you. I rather remain by myself than be in a relationship with someone who doesn't value me, my time, or my effort. It is never okay to choose to remain stagnant. It is never okay to choose comfort over growth, to choose comfort over your purpose, bro. Yo, choosing anything over your purpose is never okay. Choosing people over your purpose is never okay. Yo, I'm 22. Take my advice, bro. Whether you're younger or you're older, it is never okay to choose a girl over your purpose, because that girl will leave you for someone who's on their path, who's on the path of their purpose. So focus on you, focus on your purpose, and lock in, bro. You will never be, matter of fact, your current self will never be enough to lead that family. Your current version will never be enough to lead that girl. Your current version will never be enough for your siblings to look up to. Your current version will never be enough for others, your parents, your siblings, your peers to look up and to respect. Your current version will never be enough, and as I said, that's okay, because you are supposed to become the version of yourself who is respected. That's the video for the day. Peace.